Tim, guess what? It's what a week that was. Friday the 13th. And it's been a horrible Friday the 13th as well. But I can't tell you why. It's got something to do with the shop. Bit of a setback. But these things happen. Anyway, we are here for What a Week That Was, where we look back on the week and we discuss what's happened. Don't forget, you're allowed to comment. There's a comment bit there where you just comment and I will discuss with you what's going on. And you can also just like, clip, share, all that kind of gubbins. And subscribe as well if you're new. Do this every week, around about 8 o'clock on a Friday. Which, incidentally, is what it is. As I've said before, it's Friday the 13th. So, unlucky for some. Normally, Friday the 13th is a lucky day for me, but no, not this week. Anyway, I can't tell you why, which is really annoying because I like telling you stuff, but I can't. So, let's get on with the news, shall we? Good news to begin with. McCall's have been saved. Now, last week I was talking about McCall's. Hi, Kieran. And they'd gone into administration, or they were about to go in administration, or they were in administration, or they were going to go bust. Evening tough, and lots of people were going to lose their jobs. 16,000, 1,100 shops. Anyway, Morrisons have stepped in. They were the front runners, and then EGU and Asda and all that, they came in, and then Morrisons basically said, we'll buy them, we'll keep all the shops open. We already supply the shops with the food anyway. So just, it's just a simple takeover. So fingers crossed, that's what it is. But like I said last week, and like I said on the vlog, it feels like McCall's, the shops that were sold by the co-op to become McCall's, were shops that weren't making any money, and things have got worse since then. What with, wages going up, prices of energy going up, so electricity for the fridges, the freezers, and all that kind of gubbins. So I'm not exactly sure how many of these 1,100 will be here in 12 months' time, but we will monitor it, and we will see what occurs. Talking of monitoring stuff that's going on at the moment, Northern Ireland had an election, same day as the rest of us, but they didn't get their results for a couple of days after the part of the... Hi, Dotty Lady. Why are we lagging? Why are we lagging? Are we lagging? No, we're not lagging anymore. No, we're back on again. So anyway, right, I don't know how much you heard then, but basically I said hi, Dotty Lady, and evening tough, and hi, Kieran. I was saying about McCall's being bought out by Morrisons, and them saying that they're going to save 1,600 jobs and all the stores and everything, and I'm like, but the shops were sold by the co-op for a reason. Now I know co-op were in dire straits at one point, which is probably why they sold them, but they only sold the shops that weren't making money, because they kept quite a lot of the other ones. For example, the one on Woodhouse Lane, or Frog Lane, which were near the traffic lights in Wigan, the one in Carnforth, there's one I visit in Wales in a town called Hope. They've all stayed as co-ops because they obviously make money, but the other ones all got sold off to McCall's. So now Morrisons have got them, so we will have a look in 12 months and just see how many of them are actually left. Anyway, we digress. The elections have been on. As you know, I came second in Pemberton, which I'm very happy about, considering I only did 5 weeks and completely did it on my own. I like doing it on my own because it makes it look like I'm putting in the footwork, which I was. A lot of footwork, 45 kilometres, but I'm not going to go on about it, except every time I mention it, obviously. Sinn Féin took control of Northern Ireland. They got more seats than the DUP. Now, we've got a problem with the Northern Ireland in the fact that it is currently, and I don't understand this, it's got a border between England and Northern Ireland. Now, we get it for people. Like, for example, if I went to Northern Ireland, I would then be able to travel over the border to Ireland and then freely travel through Europe, which they don't want us to do. So what would make more sense would be to have a passport check as you go from the UK to Northern Ireland, and that way they can see who's going where and all that kind of goodness. And that works, that's fine. Brilliant, well done. But they do it with other things as well, like milk and eggs. Now, we were in Europe for decades, and we followed all the laws that Europe follow, which basically means we have the same European standards as what we had when we were in Europe. But now Europe is saying that we've got to have the Northern Ireland Protocol, and basically what that means is everything that we send over there has got to be checked on the border by border police, customs, whatever, and it's just making a complete mess of it. But surely joining Europe didn't mean that we left all the food standards and chucked them away. In fact, I think 90% of the laws that we got when we were in Europe we still got, because we haven't had a chance to get rid of them yet. And what we should be doing is improving our food technology. I mean, there's already a salmonella outbreak or something, that where all this chicken's been recalled from various different shops. Thanks, Todd, for letting me know about that. And you're like, well, if that's going on now, JT, if that's going on right now, then surely we need to increase the standards that we have, which are already the European standards anyway. So why do we need a protocol? I don't get why we've got one. It makes no sense for food, because it should be the same standard as Europe. Why would we lower the standard? Free range eggs should be free range eggs. Milk should be milk. Hello, Sri Lanka. And that is the way it should be. So we don't need a border between England and Northern Ireland, because our food is the same standard as what it is in Europe. I get it for maybe other items, maybe expensive items, or maybe items that are, cheaper here than what they are in Europe, which I doubt. But I just don't get and understand why we have to have a Northern Ireland protocol. It just makes no sense to my little brain. Talking of little brains, Kier Starmer, Sir Kier Starmer, he's now said that if he gets a fine, he will resign because it's the right thing to do. Now, this is over Beergate, where he was caught having a beer and a curry with lots of other people in a building which he shouldn't have been in, because at the time there were COVID restrictions. Rightly so, because COVID was pretty major back then. And he's been saying all along that as soon as Boris got told he was being investigated, before he got a fine, Kier was saying, well, you should resign, blah, blah, blah. But Kier was like in charge of all the laws and everything as well. He was a civil servant, one of the highest civil servants you can have. So he's as responsible for breaking the rules, if he found guilty, as what Boris was. But why is he not resigned to show what a true hero he is when being investigated, when he kind of asked Boris and all the others to resign when they were being investigated? It's like hypocrisy. It's just daft. It's just basically a tragedy. See what I did there? I didn't pick that picture willy-nilly. That picture was picked deliberately. And it does worry me that all our politicians seem to be, I don't know, think they can do things that they can't do and just deny everything. And it's like, no, if you get caught doing something, I mean, you did it. Well, it wasn't me who stood in that dog poo and walked it through on your new carpet. Just #saying. Things that you can't do anymore now in Afghanistan is, if you're a lady in particular, is walk around without a full burqa on. They've now come up, the Taliban, with a rule saying that what they weren't going to do, I know it glitched. Oh, hang on, just got a text. Okay, excellent. Well done, Ryan. Can't see me moving. Oh, you're right, you can't see me moving. Why can't you see me moving? Oh, for God's sake. Let's do a discard.